Wow, that's a bad camera angle. Hello, greetings, everyone. Let me fix that camera angle real quick. Could probably see how messy my desk is right now. There we go, all fixed. There we go. Much better. Much more zoomed in, hiding all the blank walls and all that fun stuff. But hello, everybody. It is time to do ruining movies. Gonna jump in the Discord. First time do it on YouTube, so we're gonna be trying stuff out. I'm gonna keep singing. Gotta open my notes. Pop out chat. Do that, like that. All right. What are we talking about today? We're talking about a lot of horror things. Hello. Hello, hello.
Hi.
How is it going?
So far, so good. Got some new
Nice.
tires on my car today.
Hell yeah, do you do donuts?
No.
Hell no. Nice.
No way.
Nice. Do you want to try the technical stuff right now? Do you want to try to throw up your video and we'll see if I can get it to work?
Throw it up, yeah. How
Throw
do
it
we
up.
do that?
Just normal. We do D&D. Just turn your video on Discord.
Yes.
And then I should be able to join the video, and I'll just do. No camera.
No load.
Can
My camera not be in two places at the same time?
It very much could be. That could be. Honestly, how that works. Oh, my camera definitely is fuck. I didn't even turn my camera on. OBS, chill. Oh, my camera's all fucked up. This was working earlier. All right, well, we'll just. It's okay. The show will go on. Discord's so weird with cameras. Like, it's like, my camera's not even on, but it's like, oh, your camera's on in Discord. It's like, no, it's not.
But.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me.
I gave up immediately.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll figure it out next time. This time it's just gonna be my face, but I have to turn my camera on and off. So 1 second.
This list is only slightly longer than the last one, but like it holds far more, I think.
There's a lot more stuff going on. Oh my god.
Yeah. Discord stuff happening.
Oh no, my camera. Did that fix it?
Something happened in Discord.
No, yeah, I left real quick. Oh my god. It looks like I'm in Suspiria right now is what's going on with my camera. It's all groovy and stuff. what if we do that and then jump back to that? That fix it. That fixed it. There we go. That's all we had to do. Yeah. All right. Next time I'll look up for a different software where we can both show our faces, instead of just my face for the recording. But for now, that is fine.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess. I mean,
You
listen.
want to see me show up live?
Yeah, go to Bring the Shayne, or pay me for the 12 hours it takes extra to do all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Chat, that's you.
Yeah.
That's really why we're doing the whole YouTube thing, because if not, I have to download both footage from Twitch, put it in Premiere, edit it together, then render a 2-hour video. Even if I have a render machine, that still takes around 3 hours to render. Then upload it to YouTube, which is about another 8 hours. So this way, it cuts down all that time, which is very nice.
He's nice.
It is nice. All right, let's start this thing. We had like no banter this time. We just are going straight into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, any banter?
My wit. I've been up since very early this morning.
Okay, so got it.
I'm fully loaded for banter, but no discourse really. I told you my day. I got tires. I got lunch.
Yeah.
It was cool.
And what did you have for lunch?
What did I have for lunch today? I had a Dinty Moore.
I don't know what that is.
Like the sandwich. I think that's what it's called.
What kind of sandwich is it?
Corned beef and sauerkraut, or not sauerkraut, corned beef and coleslaw and Russian dressing, Swiss cheese.
That's a Reuben.
Oh, Reuben's sauerkraut, bro.
Yeah, but you can also have Reubens that have coleslaw on them. Special.
Yeah,
I mean, if it was a turkey,
that's
what a turkey Reuben is.
At this place, the number 18 is called like a something.
Oh, so it's like a specialty thing. Yeah, that's like a turkey Reuben, but you made it kind of normal Reuben. You just like are mixing two ingredients there, because like a normal Reuben has sauerkraut, but like a turkey Reuben has coleslaw. So you mix them. That still sounds really good though.
I don't really put sauerkraut on sandwiches like that, so coleslaw is where it's at for me.
That's fair. Was it on rye?
It was on bread for sure.
just general bread.
It was on some bread, yeah, and I had some French fries. It was good.
Cool. Well, that's sandwich talk. Nice. So what did you have for dinner?
Bean soup. It was delicious.
Nice. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
All right, let's start the podcast.
I had a hefty lunch, so I had a light dinner. This is what you wanted.
I know. This is what I asked for. This is what I got. We got food talk. God damn it. Oh. This is a podcast, everyone. Episode 25, I think. I didn't actually look at what number it was. I think it's 25. We have some lost episodes, so it probably is 25.
Dude, my hair's looking really good.
If not, mine's a mess. Let's do the podcast. Hey, everyone, and welcome back to Ruining Movies, your live movie podcast in which your host, me, Zach, and that Shayne.
That's me.
That's him. He had a turkey Reuben that wasn't a Reuben today.
And it also wasn't turkey.
And it also wasn't turkey. We discuss the movie news of the week, and we also do the whole ruining movie thing. This week we are ruining the new James Wan film Malignant, and we ruin that with you guys. You guys help us ruin that, by the way. This is a group activity. If you didn't know, you guys give us the genre of your choice, and if we're remaking it or making a prequel or sequel, and then we have to rewrite that film at the end of the episode. And this week we are doing Malignant, like I said, the new horror film that either half the people love or half the people hate. It is a very charged film we're talking about today. Literally, you type in Malignant onto YouTube, and like the top like 3 are like the worst horror movie of the last 20 years. It's like,
yikes.
Yeah, I will say up front, I'm on the opposite front. I really like this film. So we'll talk about that later, but we got some news to cut. Well, we got to talk about what we've been watching first. So Shayne, these last 7 days, what have you been watching? And chat, what have you guys been watching also?
Well, I've been dabbling in a little bit of Squid Game again.
Yeah, did you finish it?
I finished it once already.
Okay.
We talked about that last week, but I've been like kind of rewatching that again on the side, and then Also, Harry Potter has
Oh
been
yes.
great.
Yeah.
Um,
What up?
but
What film are you on now?
I'm like so close to being done with the sixth one.
Okay.
The
And there's
Half
eight.
Blood Prince. There's seven, but the seventh one is in two parts, so there's eight.
So okay. Okay. Nice.
So yes.
Yeah.
um, it's been great. I'm almost done with this one. I was a little bit late to the start of stream because pushing it. That's okay.
Definitely. Definitely.
It's been great. I've really been enjoying the rewatch, but I haven't really been watching that much. I watched Malignant.
Hell yeah. So I want to talk about Squid Games for a little bit. We talked about it a lot last podcast. I don't want to talk about like the actual show. If you guys want to hear about our thoughts on the actual show, check out last episode. I want to talk about like it's now a cultural phenomenon. Like
Yes,
everyone's
it's
doing
like
Squid
Fortnite.
Game. Yeah, exactly. Like now everyone is doing Squid Games. Like on Twitch, like the big GTA RP server is like having a Squid Game. Mr. Beast on YouTube is like hosting a streamer Squid Games. I think Call of
Mm-hmm.
Duty is might be having a crossover with Squid Games. I think there might be like some skins. I don't know if that was just me being fooled because I'm a big dummy or if that's an actual thing. And I feel very strange about this
Netflix
scenario.
and Walmart just cut a deal to sell Squid Game merch.
Yeah, and it makes me feel very strange. Specifically, I want to talk about like the Mr. Beast thing and like the Twitch streamers doing a Squid Game thing.
IRL Squid Games.
Yeah, it's like first of
Paintball
all,
guns.
you're all super rich, so
Mm-hmm.
it kind of defeats, the whole purpose of the television show.
Right.
Um, I don't know. I think we're gonna be getting a lot of corny ass Squid Game reenactments. And the thing is, it's not going to have the stakes or any of like the oomph or like depth of the show. So it's going to just be a bunch of adults playing children games.
Yep. Next week, Sci-Fi is debuting Octopus Games. It's gonna be rad.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weird. We're gonna. Oh, I didn't even think about that. We're gonna be getting so many like off-brand media that is just misses the point of the movie, the show so much, and it's just gonna be like every other battle royale.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's a
It's
double-edged
like,
sword. It's like it's awesome that people are watching South Korean television, but at the
mhm.
same time, I feel like it's gonna be diluted now with so many knockoffs and so many people
Mhm.
not really getting the point of the show. And I'm not trying to gatekeep Squid Games, but like it's kind of weird seeing all the rich people be like, we're playing Squid Game now, and it's like that's like the polar opposite of the entirety of the show.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting to me, and I don't want to
Yeah.
be that guy that's like, oh, I was into Squid Game before Squid Games was cool.
I was into Squid Games before. Yeah, really. I know. I feel like that too. I watched it like the first night it came out. I watched it all, and now it's like, oh, you're watching it 2 weeks later.
That was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be that thing where like every time there's like a hit smash something like a new album or a new video game or a new movie or television series that like gets really big for like a small amount of time, and then like for the next 3 months we're gonna have to deal with like strange knockoffs or people who want to
Yeah.
do something Squid Game related but can't do it immediately. So we're gonna be like seeing like YouTube Rewind like in a year from now that's gonna have like Squid Games based.
Yeah. I mean, before you know it, like AOC is gonna be playing Squid Game GTA RP.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be the new Among Us. There's already so many video game like knockoffs of Squid Game. Have you seen that? Like
It's everywhere.
I've
Yeah.
seen Minecraft, Roblox, Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much any game that has a custom thing. It's like come play Squid Games. It's cool. It's so strange.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it.
It's a good show though. Go watch the show.
Yeah, I just appreciate the show for what it is. And
Yeah, consume the show. Don't consume all the other stuff. The other stuff is just. I mean, I guess like it would be fun playing green light, red light, and but it's
yeah, you know what would be more fun? Playing green light, red light if the stakes were $46 billion and I could
Right.
die.
Okay, that's the whole thing. Is like that. All the people trying to recreate Squid Games is gonna have no stakes, no tension.
Right.
It's gonna be
Right.
like, oh dang, you got shot by a paintball gun. You moved on red
Yeah.
light.
Oh no.
It's like I could just go down to the woods on a fucking Saturday and watch
Right.
kids shoot each other with paintball guns.
So the problem is like what that's like probably what's coming, right?
You think some kids are gonna produce Squid Games? We lost him. So I think he's gonna be saying the problem is there's gonna be kids trying to okay.
Hello.
You cut off in a very
What?
dramatic fashion.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what's coming, right? Like you play red
Right,
light, green light on a playground, and every time you don't make it, all the kids just get to throw rocks at you or something.
right. It's gonna end up bad. You're right. Now
Yeah.
that I'm thinking about it,
Like
it's gonna end up poorly.
yeah, kids are gonna be like trying to walk across the tops of monkey bars and shit. Like it's gonna be a disaster.
It really is. So yeah, look forward to all that, and it's definitely gonna be the #1 Halloween costume this year.
Yeah, I heard
If
on the
I,
news today that like it's likely going to be really high up there because it's easy to make.
which it
Take a
really is. You just need,
tracksuit and
yeah.
put some numbers on it. Like, yeah, I guess, but also no.
Tracksuits are kind of hard to get.
Right,
Where are you getting a tracksuit
Nico,
from?
God, let's go shopping.
Yeah, really. You're gonna go to like your Salvation Army to like pick up a tracksuit, especially in
Right.
that color.
If you wanted to get it movie accurate, I feel like it'd be kind of tough. But like in
Yeah,
general, it's like, yeah, most people in America probably could throw that together.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah. So, Squid Games.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
how
a
long.
show.
We'll probably be talking about that show for a bit.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
I keep
Those-
finding myself being like, damn, why didn't you just use magic right then? Like,
It's really hard not to watch Harry
There's
Potter
a-
and be realized to think that.
like I like the movie, right? I like the story. I think it's very interesting. But like, there
Yeah.
are several things about it that I'm just like, wait, what?
It's a really you have to shut your brain off. There's
Uh-huh.
like me is like it's like, oh wait, there's a lot of bad things that are happening that magic could just solve,
Yeah, yep.
and they're not.
Outside of me like trying to outwit the world outside of the like designed world,
Yeah,
right, with like world problems and things like that, like yeah, they could just create a gajillion loaves of bread. I get it.
yeah,
But also there are just things going on in the movies that I'm just like, what? Like, for instance,
yeah.
like, how is it that in every instance that someone gets close to someone, they're just like, fucking stupefy or whatever. But then, like, there's a couple instances where people get really close to people and the person is just like, whatever, I guess magic can just fuck off right now.
Let me just punch him in the face.
Well, yeah, that's a thing that happens sometimes too. And
Right.
I don't know. I get why you punch each other, but also sometimes I'm like, why don't you guys just punch each other? Like in this
Yeah.
movie, they just had a wizard fight in a bathroom, and it was
Nice.
like that like classic high school movie scene where they get into a wizard fight in the bathroom or whatever.
The classic wizard fighting trope. Yeah, my favorite trope.
Yeah, and I understand why they did it. It's to just show like why, or like show this one spell or whatever. But also, it's like in this situation, you guys should have just thrown hands. You would have felt
That
better.
is fair.
But also, it's just like this person kicked down the door and ran at you. How many times has this person ran? How many times have people ran at you before and you've like cast a spell and they've disappeared? And this time you're just like, whatever, you can take me, I guess.
The magic really depends on the plot in that universe.
Yes, that is a real thing, and I'm okay with that because I, like you said, it's just like a shut your brain off thing, and I'm happy to do that with this series. Similar to like the MCU or something, I'm happy to just like tune out and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you think too hard, anyway, so that's what I've been watching. Also, Malignant and What If.
Nice. Oh god, I got something in my eye. Nice.
Is it your finger?
It's not about to be. I think it's something. It's making my eye twitch. So, yeah, well, okay, so what did I watch? Oh, I've been watching like a bunch of Adult Swim shows.
Nice.
Not any of the animated stuff, and it's all Tim and Eric pretty much related.
Okay. I like
I
that.
posted some clips in our private Discord, about On Cinema, which is very funny. It's Tim Heidecker's like movie show
Okay.
that started in like 2010, but because it's Tim Heidecker, it's been running for like 10 years, and they do review movies and stuff, but it's always just like they're really bad at reviewing. They're really bad at reviewing the films, but it's really about like the subplots going on all throughout the series.
Okay.
Like Tim and Eric humor, like it's an Eric Andre, the Eric Andre show humor.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have like they're reviewing 21 Jump Street. They both give it 5 pops, like popcorn, but like I just watched an entire 4-hour court case that they put on because Tim's character put on a Firefest style festival with his techno band called Decker, and he gave out vapes that had meth in them, and it killed 24 people.
In real life?
No, it's part of the show.
Holy moly. That
Yeah.
got me good.
It did, but it's based off of the movie podcast. So like they'll be like the two hosts also hate each other like so much, and they just passively sit there reviewing movies. It's very good. Also, Let's Go Brandon says, I love this channel. Well, thank you so much. I hope you're talking about our channel, but also On Cinema is also a great channel, so thank you. And then I've also been watching Joe Pera Talks With You. Are you familiar with that show?
No.
It takes place in the UP, and it is honestly the most wholesome show I've ever watched. It's just about this guy named Joe Pera, who is a comedian in real life, and he just is a teacher in the UP, and he just talks with you about stuff like what's the perfect breakfast, or going for a fall drive.
Okay. I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
One of them is like more of a rhetorical question. Do you think a lot of people out there know what the UP is?
Yeah, probably not. The UP is the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That is a good call. Everyone, yeah.
The second thing is, what is your perfect breakfast?
I like French toast, so probably like some really like big fluffy French toast, powdered sugar on top, probably 2 links of sausage, and some orange juice. Maybe some bacon if I'm feeling it. How about you?
Honestly, I don't care. All breakfast food is pretty delicious. The only thing I don't really like is like eggs Benedict. It's so hard for me to pick a favorite because when I go to a place, I'm just like, okay, give me this page of stuff. Like every omelet is delicious. I like fried eggs. I like scrambled eggs. I guess like if I had to choose a thing to eat forever, I French toast is up there, but like a Blintz is one of like the craziest delicious.
What is? I don't even know if I know what that is.
It's like the same dough that crepe is made out of, I think.
Okay.
If it's not the same, it's like the same consistency, super thin, and it's got this like cream cheese-ish filling. It's usually served with sour cream or applesauce. It's so fucking good.
That does sound really good. I also like a good omelet. Sorry for interrupting. I just remember
you're good.
about
Omelets are delicious. I just think like Blintz, any kind of egg, and like bacon or sausage links. I only like patties if they're spicy.
That is true.
Like,
it has to be spicy.
Griddle food just murders me in the morning, but French toast, basically anytime after 11 a.m. is great.
That is true. Yeah, that is very true. I mean, French toast almost feels like a dessert to me because then you can get like stuffed French toast with like cream cheese in it. You can put like strawberries and like strawberry syrup on it.
Like if you were like, hey Shane, let's meet up at 9 a.m. for breakfast, and I got French toast, I would take a nap that day, 100%.
That's true. I would probably get like pancakes or like an omelet, but even omelets, like I usually get like the farmer's omelet that is like stuffed with hash browns, and then like I feel like I want to sleep for the rest of the day. Welcome to Ruining Movies, where we talk about food for 50% of the podcast.
I was just curious. Anybody else out there got a perfect breakfast?
Yeah.
Hit us up in the Discord.
Absolutely. And go check out Joe Pera. It's very really relaxing. It's on HBO Max too.
Nice.
There's one that's like Joe Pera talks you back to sleep, where it's just like, oh, he just looks like he's the character Joe Pera, which I've heard he's like this in real life. Is just like if you took an old man in a but it put him in a body of like probably I think he's like 30. And he just enjoys simple things in life. Like he makes a bean arch in one episode.
Okay. Cool.
And that's it. It's like not there's nothing dramatic about it. It's so simple. It's just very nice.
I like that. I find myself on YouTube watching like the simplest things, people cooking to just like melodic songs, or honestly,
Yeah.
I find myself watching people like cut down trees,
Yeah.
like
Absolutely.
lumberjack
Yeah.
channels and like all these like things that you wouldn't think would be kind of relaxing, but there's channels out there that are just like, hey, watch me cut down this tree, and it's like do 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 do, and a man is just hulking out on a tree.
I do I mean I absolutely love that stuff.
Yeah, I like
I
calming things where people just like do.
I could watch yeah, I could just watch things without dialogue like all the time. Just people
Mhm.
like walking around the town like boom. Those are actually some of my favorite documentaries are ones that have no narrative to it and it's just like, "Hey, it's raining in this Danish city. I'm just going to walk around with a camera for 2 hours." It's like, "Bet, I'm here. Let's do it. Let's just chill."
Sure, I'm along for the ride. Put me in your sidecar, Indiana.
Yeah. Oh, I just remembered I was watching something else. I've also been watching season 32 of The Simpsons.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
It's it's average.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole thing is like they try to keep with the times, right? And
Yeah. Yeah.
times, I
So
don't know.
yeah. Well, okay. So how familiar are you with The Simpsons?
I don't know. Not
Like, have you
really.
seen the Beatles episode, like where they do the
No.
barbershop quartet? Okay. Well, okay, so they always do like one of these episodes every couple seasons where like Homer is like in a band that's a parody of like a band that is like really big. In the 90s, they did a parody of a barbershop quartet. Yeah, that's how you say that.
Hmm.
That's supposed to be like the Beatles, and that was in the 90s because that was like 20 years previously, and it's actually a really good episode. I think it's called Baby on Board. And then in the 2000s, they did a episode where Homer is like they do a flashback of Homer when he was younger, but he's not younger in a Beatles sense anymore. He's now like in a band I think called like Garbage Palooza or something that is based off of Nirvana.
Right.
So like in the 2000s, we have like young Homer in the 90s, like 80s, late 80s, 90s, and then in this recent season we have Homer as a kid again, but this time he's a kid in like the late 90s, early 2000s, and he's doing a Vanilla Ice thing.
Okay.
And it's just like, what? Homer's like, oh no, I'm the same age as Homer now. He hasn't aged, but we're his age now.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Man. Also, like, was that a new episode with the Vanilla Ice thing?
Yeah, it came, well, whatever season 32 was, which they did have like a episode where the Treehouse of Horror, which I still like all the Treehouse of
Yeah.
Horrors.
Yeah.
They were wearing masks, so I'm guessing it was the last 2 years, like
Okay.
pandemic
Yeah.
masks, not like Halloween
Right.
masks, I should say.
Right. Yeah, it just seemed, I don't know. Like I like that the show can pander to multiple audiences.
Yeah,
It's not like totally designed for kids and it's not totally designed for adults, but it's
definitely.
also not, they don't necessarily ride the middle line either. You know, there's there is a huge portion of their audience that the vanilla ice joke wouldn't land on.
Right, absolutely. Like that is definitely like something our age. But like the thing is, like, who's watching The Simpsons nowadays? Like live. I
I
don't
have
even
no
know what it's on
idea. I
anymore.
think about that. It's on Sundays at like 8 o'clock or
I
something.
remember coming home from school every single day and it being on, I think, like the WB or
Hmm.
Fox. Like every single day, The Simpsons would be on from 5 p.m. till 6:30 p.m. And I'd always get yelled at to come eat dinner and turn The Simpsons off. And like that was my childhood. And now it's
Yeah,
still here.
it's like a few of these long running shows. Like I find myself asking the same question. We talked about this with Saturday Night Live. Like, who's their
Yeah.
target audience? Who is the Simpsons target audience right now?
I don't know. Obviously it isn't us anymore.
Right? Is it like I don't know what they're trying
It's
to.
whoever has cable still.
Right.
I don't
Who's
even know what that
watching
is.
Fox at 8 o'clock on Sundays?
I couldn't even answer. I don't even know. I just remember something else I watched too. I've been watching way too much stuff. So talking about something that was relatable as an adult and as a kid, the new Muppets special came out on Friday.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
It's very good. I recommend it. It's 50 minutes to anyone out there who wants to get in the Halloween mood. It is very good.
Amazing. Honestly,
it really is. It's very funny.
I'm gonna eat this 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, that is all the stuff we watched. I probably am forgetting like a billion other stuff. So I've been watching a lot of horror films, but I'm not going to talk about all those here. What if we talk about what if after? We're going to talk about what if after the news. I couldn't remember what order we did that in for a second.
Don't let us forget, because we have before.
We have forgot. Yeah, we'll talk about the what if I can't season finale that I forgot about even happened last week. So I don't know what that says. Yeah. All right. So news.
Yeah.
I tried to make. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I moved my head. I just didn't make any noise.
Nice. Okay. Cool. That's good to know. Yeah. Great. So this news cycle, I tried to grab as much Halloween related stuff, which there was a lot. But before we get into that, I have to cough off camera real quick, and then let us talk about something we talked about last week. Something on a more serious matter, the IATSE, the talks. So if you guys remember, this is the union negotiations that is happening all around Hollywood right now. And we got a little bit of news. Obviously, the strike hasn't happened. If the strike did happen, we would all know about it at this point. It's still on the table. But we got the first kind of negotiations that came out, and I wanted to talk about it. Studios agree to a 10-hour turnaround, but a deal remains a way off. Do you know what a turnaround is? I don't know if that's a thing that people use outside of the film industry.
No.
Okay, so a turnaround is... So I'm going to use an example from when I worked on a smaller indie film in Detroit. I was doing audio, so I had to set up the boom, I was recording, all that stuff. I had to make sure the SD cards were working. I had to check them all night. I would leave Detroit probably and get off set around 2 a.m. I would have to be back on set around 9 a.m. That is a 7-hour turnaround.
I see.
So,
got it.
So they are agreeing that a base of 10-hour turnaround, which is still like kind of crazy. You think about it, like all these places that like these studios are these people are trying to get better working conditions are like in LA and Atlanta and Vancouver and like New York. So if you have like a 10-hour turnaround, you leave your set in LA, you probably takes you an hour or two to get home, and then you have to be on set in another 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And
they get to keep you for up to 14 hours.
Correct. Exactly. And this is usually 6 to 7 days in a row. So it is cool that they were able to do like a bare minimum of 10-hour turnarounds, but that just shows you like the state of like working conditions in media right now. Like that 10 hours was the negotiated price. Like 7 to 8 hours are kind of like a normal thing. So you would leave set at, and then you have to be back on it in like 7 to 8 hours. That's not healthy for anyone.
Those are inhumane working conditions, mate.
They are. So hopefully this is a good thing to come. There's also something they're talking about, Fraturday, which is another term they use in Hollywood. It is when you are on set on Friday and it runs all the way till Saturday morning. It's like a way that studios will keep having you work through the weekend without really being like, oh, you're working Saturday and still not giving you like part of Monday off. They'll be like, oh, you might have worked till like 6 a.m. on Saturday, but you still have to be on set at 4 a.m. on Monday. Right. Which they're also trying to fight against. So solidarity, keep fighting the good fight, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought that like that little negotiation, because I didn't know how many people like outside of the film world knew about turnarounds and just like how crazy it is that like 10 hours was what they had to negotiate to, and like 7 to 8 and then 9 hours were like normal. Just like think about working like a normal job and be like, oh yep, you have to be back here 7 hours.
Yeah, no,
That's crazy.
That would not fly for me.
Yeah, no, and it's unfortunately a mainstay and a thing that is normal in Hollywood. So let's talk about what the people behind the camera make. Let's start with some trailers and some official clips. We are going to start with this Halloween Kills clip, because Halloween Kills, the new Halloween movie from the Halloween franchise. It's like crazy that the series is called Halloween, because it kind of gets complicated when you're like, the new Halloween movie is coming out. They're like, oh, which one? It's like, no, like the Michael Myers Halloween film is coming out. But anyway, in this new clip, I'll talk through it for those who maybe aren't watching this or aren't able to click that link right now. This film is a sequel. I mean, so talk about like a convoluted timeline.
What is going on here?
Like Halloween, like I know the last Halloween brought back Laurie, and like that whole like Halloween 1 and 2, like they went back to the original, and then like that Halloween came out, and it seems like this one, like Laurie and her sister, I mean not her sister, maybe her sister, I don't think she has a sister, and her family are fighting back against Michael, and Michael is just like running amok through Haddonfield, just killing everyone.
Yeah, it seems like it's the town versus Michael.
Yeah, which this clip is it shows that's not Laurie, I don't remember that character's name. Going up to some kids, and the kids are swinging on a swing set, and they're like, "Oh, this guy in a white mask keeps popping his head out and trying to play games with us," and it's just like, "Oh fuck."
Those kids were obviously eating laced candy.
Yeah, obviously.
Fucking candy drunk on those swings, just like.
Yeah, they really were like, which is kind of crazy. You live in Haddonfield and you don't know the story about the guy wearing a Michael Myers mask. Well, I guess he wouldn't be wearing a Michael. You know what I mean? A Star Trek mask. But it is a very creepy clip. This kind of gets me excited for the film. Because the kids are, like you said, they're like, there's a guy trying to play games with us in the middle of the night. And like our main character's like, wait, what? And then she turns around and Michael's just standing like on the other side of the field. Yeah. And it looks good. So I didn't know Judy Greer was in this. I think she was in the last one, but I forgot that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The last one was cool. Like
I did like the last one.
Some convoluted timelines and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I liked the shot in the last one where it was just Michael going from house to house, and it was like that one camera shot. Like that was terrifying. That was like, ooh. So hopefully this one. I mean, I like the last one, so this one might be good. Also, the band Ghost did a song for the movie, so that's cool. It's called like the Hunt or something. Hunter's Moon.
Ghost did a song for Halloween.
Yeah.
Like the holiday?
No, like the movie.
Like the Spectre?
Yes,
No.
like the Spectre. Yes, the Spectre. Whoa, that is confusing. The band Ghost did a song for the movie Halloween. Those are two just generic words.
Yeah.
Like if someone just came up and was like, a ghost made a song about Halloween, I'd be like, okay, cool.
Sick.
Cool.
Is this a lead up to a really cool joke or what?
Yeah. All right, let's move on to another joke. Never mind. And then Scream's not a joke. I love the Scream franchise. The Scream franchise is my favorite slasher franchise. And today we got the first trailer for Scream 2022, which I am still mad that movies keep just naming themselves the fucking. There's already a Scream.
Yeah. Isn't this copyright infringement?
I don't think you can copyright infringement your own series.
Right. And
yeah, I mean they're the ones naming it.
It's just like that's you know what the TV show is called?
Scream.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. It's like, come on, you're right. This is the third media piece that is just called Scream.
Like how am I expected to be able to search this on IMDb B,
I'm always gonna have to type in 2022.
right. B, talk about fucking convoluted timelines. Like, I understand that this is a continuation of the first one, but like that kind of like, imagine someone in like 20 years being
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm really interested in like this is Wes Craven, right?"
Well, Wes Craven passed away in 2016, but yes, he is the person who created the Scream franchise.
Yeah. Like I'm really interested in Wes Craven. I'd love to see like some
Which
of
you
his
should
media
be.
and some of the
Anyone who
stuff
doesn't
that
know who that is.
influenced him, you know. And then they're like, okay, so they just like search Scream on IMDb. It's like, okay, well now you have to do further research to figure
Right.
out what the hell to watch, and you
Wh-
have to hope that this person knows the difference between a fucking cell phone and like whatever they're using in
and
20 or 25 years.
they Scream in 20 years and they're using a holodeck.
Yeah, the next Scream will come out in 2045, and
Do
she'll be
you like to
answering her
play a
phone with an
game?
eyeball. David Cox will have David
David
Arquette will
Arquette.
have a giant beard. He'll be
You just
100
combined
years
David
old.
Arquette and Courtney Cox's name.
Yeah, which is funny because they were married or whatever.
They were. So anyway, which one more note on the name. You like the Scream franchise is known for like making fun of horror and being meta. You'd think they would like make fun of that naming convention because like Halloween's done it, Texas Chainsaw Massacre's done it.
Maybe that's exactly what's happening.
Maybe it is. It is. Maybe it is a meta joke. Who knows? But anyway, this is the new Scream trailer. It is 25 years after a streak of brutal murders shocked the quiet town of Woodsboro. A new killer has donned the ghost face mask. It's probably multiple killers, right?
Yeah, I like how everyone in this movie dug up their parents' wardrobe from the 90s.
It is very true.
Like, this one kid is just like straight up wearing the same sweater from the first movie. Like,
yeah. So this I will say about the Scream continuity, it does have like the most coherent one out of all the slasher franchises somehow.
Sure.
But you are right. The naming conventions messes that up because we still have Courtney Cox back. We have David Arquette. We have Neve Campbell back as Sydney. I think my favorite final girl. She always has the best one-liners. And they're back, and they're like their relatives are being hunted by Ghostface now. If only this was a supernatural franchise and they could find a way to bring back Matthew Lillard.
Oh man!
Which spoiler alert for the first one, I guess.
Again,
yeah. Spoiler alert. God, he's so good in it. He tweeted out about it today, and I was like, just somehow find a way to make it back. Maybe you play.
Excited?
He was like the franchise that like started it all for me or something.
Nice.
Yeah. Maybe he could play his own kid in this. That wouldn't work.
Oh man.
But anyway, I think this might be the first Scream we're getting since Wes Craven passed away. So it's gonna be really interesting. But like we have all of like the cast returning from previous that who hasn't been brutally murdered in the first 3, 4. And I'm excited. Like I said, the Scream franchise is my favorite franchise. I like in the first like minute of the trailer we get pretty much a recreation of the beginning of Scream 1, except with modern technology, where she's like, there's an actual landline, and then she's getting text, and it's like, this isn't your friend. It's like, oh god, modern technology. And the whole thing where like she's locking the door electronically and then Ghostface keeps unlocking it is actually a really pretty funny gag.
Yeah. Who has landlines these days?
Right, that is another thing, which is like, it's funny, but the knife killer's back. David Arquette and Courtney Cox and Neve Campbell, they still look like pretty good.
Yeah.
Like
David Arquette's a cool guy.
Yeah, what's he been in? Other than Scream, I don't. I know he's been in like a lot of stuff, but the only thing I'm really familiar with him is Scream.
Run.
Yeah, okay, I forgot about that movie.
Ready to Rumble, and this is just off memory.
Nice.
That was the only two though. Ready to Rumble would recommend. I'm looking for this one trailer that I saw because there was some news that I thought was kind of funny, but now I can't remember what trailer I saw it in. Stink. It was a game trailer, but there was a porta potty, and it was called the Turtis.
like the TARDIS.
Yes, but I can't remember what game it was. Shoot.
It's okay.
Oh, the new Saints Row game.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm
Anyway,
trying
sorry.
to.
Scream.
I'm trying to find a line by Sydney. She has the best one-liners. That's my favorite. I think it's like after spoiler alerts. I think it's after Matthew Lillard's character dies, and she says something. I can't find it, but it is very funny how
It's
Matthew
for
Lillard
you.
dies.
She smashes his fucking head in with a phone. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
I mean, that would be something in the movie, but I also like Matthew Lillard. I'm feeling woozy after he gets stabbed. It is a very good line. So keeping in the Scream universe, we got some posters that are pretty rad.
Okay, okay. I actually
Uh,
haven't looked at these yet.
yeah, they're very nice looking. They're very cool. Um,
Mmm.
I definitely am probably gonna get one for my wall.
Always someone you know. I bet you it's David Arquette. Spoiler
That
alert.
would be crazy if he made it through all four films, and then the fifth one he was like, you know what, screw it, I'm the killer now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it kind of paints him as the killer in the second one. It kind of makes
Yeah.
him seem like he is the killer.
That's actually like a common fan theory that's made its way around the internet.
Is that he actually is the killer? I mean, I could see it. The second, he is kind of doing some suspicious stuff in the second one
Yeah,
when
he's
they're at
sus,
college.
and he has access to like because of his police
like,
work. He has
yeah.
access to all the evidence and stuff.
Ooh, I like that. I do really like the tagline. It's always someone you know, because that's the whole Scream thing. It is always someone they know. It is always connected. Unlike like Freddy or Jason or Michael, who like, well, everyone knows them,
Random.
but like they're not just they're not killing people they know. I mean, Michael kind of is. Jason's just killing people. Just go like it's his 9 to 5.
This is my job.
This is my job, killing people. So yeah, and now the last poster I wanted to talk about, which isn't Scream related, but this is a film I forgot was happening, and it is the first image we have as Timothy Chalamet. I don't know how to say his name. You know who I'm talking about, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
As Wonka, Willy Wonka in the film Wonka.
Mm.
What song do you think they're gonna slow down over the trailer?
Come with me.
Maybe that's a good call. I was gonna say if Marilyn, all that shit didn't come out about Marilyn Manson, Sweet Dreams would be good.
Mm.
Actually, that's you could do the Sweet Dreams by God, what is that band from the 80s? Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I?
Hadaway?
Is that Hadaway?
No, maybe.
It starts with an E. It's like EU Eurotronics or something. I don't know about this movie. I don't know if we need a Willy Wonka prequel that's dark and gritty. You know?
Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's the plan for Wonka. Yes, okay, so it's close. And I heard that it is going to deal with the Oompa Loompas and how they came to work at the factory, which I feel like is probably something they shouldn't explore in 2021.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
That always felt very fishy to me and very bad. I don't think we need to explore it. I don't want them to explore it and be like, they're actually all friends and they work for free because they're all friends. Because that'd be weird.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know.
Maybe this isn't supposed to be dark. Maybe I just thought it was dark. Because it's named Wonka. It's like, he really is. He's in everything. Maybe I'm just like, when you name something one word like Wonka, it kind of makes me just think of like Joker.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be dark and gritty. Maybe it's not.
Right. It's got Rowan Atkinson in it. How dark do you think it's gonna be? It has Mr. fucking Bean in it.
I did not know that. Okay. maybe
Keegan Michael Key.
Oh. Okay, wait, actually funny people are in this.
Yeah, but I've also seen Keegan Michael Key get ripped in half by a predator, so.
Yeah, that is true. You do need to have comedy in your horror. Who's the director directed Paddington and Paddington 2?
Bro, what is with this fucking movie? This Wonka movie is probably about to be insanely good,
I
but I
mean,
have to watch Paddington.
we need to watch Paddington because it's like I'm just gonna click on Paddington IMDb. Does it still have like a 10 out of 10?
I do not understand, dude.
It's still really highly rated. I mean, okay, who told me that this was gonna be a horror film? They lied to me.
Wait, he did Paddington, Paddington 2, and The Mighty Boosh. Got it. Okay. Just so as long as we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
What a wild, like, career path this man has had.
What's wrong? Ask Atkinson
Writing
doing?
Paddington 3 right now?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have to watch this movie.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check it out. Okay, so I was wrong. Whoever told me that this was gonna be a horror film lied to me. But I still think them trying to like tell the story of the Oompa Loompas still gonna be weird. I'm just gonna say it. I think everyone's thinking it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure like in the original book they went to Africa and it was very fucked up.
Ah.
Yeah, let's not do that. Okay, cool. So that's gonna be wholesome. I thought it was a horror thing, so I put it in the horror section. No, I'm just wrong. Let's move on.
The trivia on IMDb says Tom Holland and Timothy Chalamet were the two finalists for the role of Willy Wonka, with Chalamet ultimately winning the role.
That makes sense. I think Chalamet looks a little bit more like Wonka, a little bit more like Gene and Johnny Depp. I think. Also, Tom Holland's and everything else.
True.
How would he have time to film that?
Man. He's a busy man.
He is a very busy man. He has the new Spider-Man. He has Uncharted.
Yeah.
I think he has a couple other ones too.
And he's also had like 3 or 4 movie releases in the last like year.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Sleep for like a little bit.
It seems like the two are coming out as No Way Home and Uncharted. There's nothing else announced for him, so that's good. Maybe he is taking some time off.
Sleep.
just sleep. Does that mean Spider-Man's gonna die? All right, let's move on. So television, and I don't know if this next article is a horror thing or not. More in a. I really.
Question, right? Like,
yeah, I'm really excited. I really want to know how you feel about this because I don't know how I feel about this. The 90s show was ordered at Netflix, a spin-off of the 70s show.
Yeah, so my follow-up question is, did you watch that 80s show?
With Dennis in it?
Dennis?
From It's Always Sunny. His name's not... let's see.
I actually only remember watching like the first episode of that.
Yeah, the 80s show cast is kind of wild. It has Glenn Howerton in it. Is that the only person I know?
Oh wow, yeah, it does. He looks great. You look great, Glenn. Hit us up.
Yeah.
So I don't care about who's in it really that much. I'm more looking at the character names. Because did this have anything to do with Point Place?
Let's see. No, they were in San Diego.
Okay, yeah.
It says the 80s show is a half-hour ensemble comedy focusing on a group of 20-somethings finding their way through the 80s in San Diego. You know what I think of when I think of the 80s? San Diego.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, where the hell is Carmen San Diego? Anyway, sweet. So that actually makes me more excited for that 90s show because it seems like a huge amount of everyone wasn't involved with that 80s show, which was supposedly like a follow-up, but it seems like, that was bullshit, right? Not like a true follow-up. Versus this one, which has a lot of the cast.
It has some of the cast returning. It's like directly related.
Mm-hmm. It's a direct tie. It's like got Donna and Eric's kid in it and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's like on one hand, I see a money grab because that's where my mind always goes.
That's absolutely what this is.
But also, like, maybe it'll warm my heart and it'll actually be some kind of crazy, awesome passion project by these guys. Like, who knows? Ultimately, although I will say my excitement is not like through the roof when I saw it, but it's like, you know,
I was more annoyed when I saw it. You
it's
can
like
still find the show on YouTube, I think.
Of course, Netflix would grab something like this, you know.
It's gonna be weird. I think the '90s is a weird time already. Like I know we grew up in it, but like the '90s just felt like all the references in the '90s are just like references from the '80s.
Which are
Like
references
the
from the
'90s,
70s.
yeah, it just like the '90s feels like a very different kind of consumption of media at that time
Yeah,
because like it's
it was
gonna
a huge transitional period for like human fucking kind.
yeah, and I think that could be like really cheesy because like we already have like the IT crowd and like other things that like really deal with okay, so I guess this is my point. Like the '70s show like was accurate to a point, but it still was like a character of the '70s. Like,
Right.
are we just gonna get a bunch of jokes being like, "This is the internet," like, or like a bunch of people wearing flannel just being like, "Yeah, man, grunge," like. It's gonna be weird, and I
Yeah.
guess like that's what the '70s
You,
show was too. But like,
yeah, I was gonna say, do you think it's just gonna be like weird to us, like it was weird to people that lived in the '70s to watch that '70s show?
yeah, probably that's probably my problem with it. It's gonna be like that's not how the '90s were.
Right. Like I feel like people between the ages of like 15 and 18 are gonna love this show. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so like
It
infatuated with '90s culture. It's so retro."
I think you're right because I think you're absolutely right. That's probably like what it's going to be aimed towards. Is probably like Gen Z where they didn't grow up
They
like
just
we
missed it.
did in the '90s. They just missed it. Yeah, but they still consumed all the media and all the stuff from the '90s because it was still there and there are people older than them were talking about it. But like I don't really care about watching a show set in the '90s.
Right. I lived the fucking '90s. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, how many Bill Clinton jokes are we gonna get? What's gonna go on?
Right. Right. You said the internet. Like I can't wait. There's gonna be a whole episode about them trying out their first at-home computer.
Right. And what Muni just said, that's what made the '80s show so bad. It was all just references to the '80s. There was no substance in the '70s show. And I agree. Like the '70s show, like does like had like some good storylines and stuff. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't like there was definitely like, oh, this is a '70s thing. Here's this famous '70s band and stuff. But like I do remember that about the '80s shows. Like I oh god, I had this open. I wanted to read the first episode. What was going on? It was called Punk Club. Wait, no, that's not the first episode. That's episode 10. But I'm still gonna read this. Tuesday is embarrassed to go to a new punk club with Corey. Katie is having trouble with her housework and schoolwork. Roger has a real bad hair day.
That
Um,
sounds awful.
it really does. Just like because I think it's like yeah. The '80s. Obviously, we have to do something with punk.
And hair.
I guess they reference "I Think We're Alone Now" by Tiffany a lot in that episode. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't think it's probably gonna be like like the Boy Meets World sequel show,
Yeah.
like Girl
Yeah.
Meets
Fuller
World
House.
or Fuller House. And yeah, it's this thing where they're like bringing back things from our
Yeah.
nostalgia. I don't know. Maybe it'll be
You
good. It
know,
has.
that '70s show spanned the course of 10 years, right? It was the
Yeah.
whole decade of the '70s.
Yeah.
Are they going to do that again?
With the
And it's just
'90s.
going to end with Y2K?
That would be interesting. I want to see. Can I find anything about the '90s show on IMDb? Do do do.
Like, Tuesday, 1990, January 3.
I did find this show from Bollywood that's called that '90s show that says an Indian couple going on wacky adventures through a fun sex time.
Now that sounds like a good
I was
show.
gonna say now I'm actually interested in whatever that is.
Where can
'Cause
I
that
find
sounds
that?
that sounds very fun. Bollywood has some pretty fun shows. Also, why is Hype Beast the one reporting on this? I don't like that.
Mm.
Okay, so this is the synopsis. Hello, Wisconsin! It's 1995, and Leah Foreman, daughter of Eric and Donna, is visiting her grandparents for the summer, where she bonds with a new generation of Point Place kids under the watchful eye of Kitty and the stern glare of of Red. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll never dies. It just changes clothes. I mean, it doesn't really sound like the 90s to me. Like, those things were all happening, but everyone was kind of depressed about it.
Yeah. Also 1995.
Yeah, you're
So
starting.
like 5-year show.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Don't you dare! I never saw Girl Meets World. I don't know if it was good or not. I just knew it was a thing. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, me neither. Boy Meets World was the shit. Girl Meets World.
Yeah, Boy Meets World rules. All right, let's talk about the last thing, and this is another spin-off. For everyone who loved WandaVision, do not worry. Oh God, Agatha Harkness, that's her name.
Yeah,
getting a spin-off. So
yeah.
is this the first confirmed spin-off we're getting for Disney Plus?
I mean, I guess, yeah, kind of. I think.
Catherine Hahn will reprise her role as Agatha Harkness in the series, which is described by sources as a dark comedy.
Oh boy.
Oh, cool.
Sounds groovy.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sounds like something that's not gonna be designed to push forward anything. It's just gonna be there to exist.
Yeah, which I mean, I guess if like it was just a comedy with Agatha, like I kind of would like enjoy that maybe if it was a standalone thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just saying like it seems like it was a spinoff that was decided on later on.
Yeah.
So it seems like her character and those stories were pretty well received. So it's like, okay, cool. Let's do something with this. Doesn't necessarily have to. It can be canon. It just doesn't necessarily have to like propel the story forward like she did in WandaVision.
Yeah. Girl Meets World had the same writers. Okay, well then it's probably good.
But did it have Mr. Feeney?
I think it did. Or is he dead?
Yeah, I think it's the latter.
Oh.
R.I.P. Mr. Feeney.
R.I.P. All right, let's talk about What If. Okay, so this was the last episode of What If. What was it called? It was like What If
the Watcher broke his vow?
What if the Watcher just sucks at his job?
Yeah, he didn't do a very good job.
He's not really good at his job.
How's it that he spent the whole fucking last episode whooping this shit out of Ultron, and then in this one he was just like, hey guys, you want to help me out? And then just let them do all the work.
Okay, I want to talk about that because Doctor Strange could have done all the work.
By himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about it. What if the Watcher broke his oath? The Watchers gather heroes from across the multiverse for one final battle against Infinity Ultron.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still alive. Mr. Feeney.
Oh, nice. Good for him.
We're just wrong.
Hell yeah. Whoops. Anyway, that's a new hoax. But anyway, yeah, I thought What If was cool. Allow me to explain myself.
Go for it. Do it. I'm going to turn my fan on while you do this, and I'll be back.
It was like a roller coaster ride, right? The first episode was kind of like okay, but not that great, and it just kept getting better and better and better until like the finale. But I think really it was like the second to last episode was like the peak, and then this episode was like kind of right there with it. It wasn't any better. It wasn't anything like that I didn't expect, really. And but it was visually stunning, and I liked the animation, and I thought they did a good job with all of that, and like the choreography was really well done. I thought they did a good job. The visual effects teams did a stunning work with their details. Like I watch shout out to Canadian Lad on YouTube. He does like a series where he watches the stuff really slow. So the visual effects team is like putting in mad work for details that people don't even notice. It's pretty
definitely
pretty cool stuff like that. But overall, I think I don't know, it was alright.
That was decent.
You know? Yeah, like it wasn't like the greatest thing I'd ever seen, but it was pretty good.
It's not something I thought about after. Like there were some episodes of What If where I was like the Doctor Strange one specifically where I thought about after. This one, like I said, I kind of forgot I watched it last week.
But I actually didn't think about it until we started talking about it tonight. Like
I had fun.
Tonight's the first time I thought about it.
I mean, it felt like they brought everyone together, and like at that point, like it just seemed like Doctor Strange could have done it all, or the Watcher.
Yes. Yes.
Which, I mean, it was cool getting everyone together, but, like, power levels were everywhere.
Yeah. Again, like, I stand by my statement that I've made time and time again about the show. I think that all of this was just purely the design of trying to make the multiverse and its complicated nature far more palatable for a huge audience that Marvel has that spans multiple age groups.
Absolutely.
And I think it did that really well, honestly.
I think so. You could pick up the show and just watch it without having to watch the other stuff, which was kind of nice.
Yeah, and it serves up the idea of these this very metaphysical idea in a really palatable way, like quantum universes and like parallel universes and timelines and like the multiverse and all this stuff. Like it really makes it make sense,
Yeah.
So, and I think that's what it was there for. But also, it was just visually stunning and fun.
When's the next Hawkeye? When's Hawkeye coming out? November 24th?
November, December, yeah.
Do you want to watch the Star Wars thing? Like one episode at a time until then? Because we don't have anything to talk about until then.
Star Wars thing?
The Star Wars, the anime thing that has like 8 episodes or 7 episodes.
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
Let's do that. Yeah, so everyone, we'll do that. We'll watch. We're a little bit late to the game here, but we'll watch that because I kind of want to watch that now.
We're only late to the game because we're up to the game with MCU.
That is true. Yeah, I heard that it's actually pretty fun, the Star Wars Vision, so cool. I'm excited. Cool. Okay, cool. Let us move on. I don't have anything else to say about it. What If was good. I enjoyed it. I guess that's my final statement.
Yeah, I don't really have anything terrible. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about it.
Yeah, same.
But like I said, in terms of like MCU stuff, like it didn't just like totally blow me away. But I had fun watching it. Yeah, and I will. I'm man enough to admit I was wrong in what I said last week. I'm not sure that this did have quite the amount of implications that I thought that it would on all other things. Probably, because it's just like they were like knocking the multiverse into all kinds of a mess, and that's like the third time we've seen that happen in the last 6 months.
They're really hammering that point home. We get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of hope they bring Killmonger back into the MCU. That's the only thing I kind of hope. I really like Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger. I thought he was a really cool villain, and I think he's even cooler in What If, so I kind of want him back.
Yeah. I've also heard tell of Peggy Carter, Super Soldier.
I think that's actually confirmed. I think Feige said that that will be the first person to go from animation to live action.
Nice.
So that'll be cool. I mean, yeah. All right, cool. Let's talk about Malignant.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. This is the part of the podcast where we talk about the movie of the week, and this week we are talking about the new James Wan film. Literally, it came out a month ago. Not even. I don't even know when it came out. It came out recently. But we're talking about it. It's Malignant. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about this movie, and you're about to hear ours. Then we're going to ruin it. So
I didn't know other people had opinions.
No, our opinions are the only ones that matter. So don't listen to anyone else, obviously. What we say here is law. No other ones. Malignant. Like a tumor. Like a tumor. Where do we start with this film?
Where do we start? Oh, domestic abuse. That seems like a good place.
Well, I mean, I don't mean like how does the film start? I mean... But yes, and actually, that's not true. It doesn't start with that. It starts with a weird sci-fi intro.
Yeah, I thought I was watching Dawn of the Dead by Zack Snyder.
Don't you? All right. So, Malignant is the tale of a woman who. All right, spoilers. We're just gonna do this. We're just gonna say spoilers ahead because you can't talk about this movie without spoiling it. You thought it was going to be like Drop Dead Fred Mutiny?
It was like Drop Dead Fred.
I mean, it kind of was, actually.
This was Drop Dead Fred the horror movie, except...
I think you're right, actually.
Except instead of him being a fucking weird demon that came and went as he pleased, he couldn't fucking go anywhere.
Yeah, so Malignant follows our main character, Sydney. What, is her name Sydney or Madison? Shit.
I thought it was...
She was wearing a wig the entire time. Wasn't she?
Uh, yeah.
No, her name. Okay, so I was right. Her name is Sydney. So we follow our main character Sydney as she a bunch of people die around her, and she keeps seeing other people die, and it's like, why am I watching all these people die? I don't know them. Spoiler alert, she does know them. And then everyone's like, she's the killer, and she's like, no, I can't be the killer. I'm watching all these killers.
It wasn't me. It was Drop Dead Fred.
And then what was the tumor's name?
I'm looking it up right now because I think that's the real main character of this story.
But anyway, it follows it. It's a mystery. It starts with her killing her abusive fiance, who is a piece of shit, and he gets
real scumbag.
His ass kicked by a backwards walking black haired creature. And he gets got immediately, which was
yeah, dude, he got yeeted.
Yeah, which
Gabriel was his name.
Yes.
Like the angel of death.
Yeah, and our main character wakes up and she's like, he's dead, but I was sleeping. And it's like, okay, we all know where this is going.
It wasn't me. It was Drop Dead Fred.
Yeah, Gabriel. So anyway, then she begins seeing, like, I will say, like, this was filmed pretty well, and I thought, like, when she actually witnessed Gabriel killing people, like, that was, like, kind of a cool special effect.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she begins to see, like, all these other people dying. She watches them. She screams to try to get them to stop. We're introduced to the two detectives, which they kind of felt like they were unneeded, but I guess they were needed for the story.
Yeah, they were kind of funny.
They were funny. I liked it. I gotta say, up front, this is a B horror film. Mm-hmm. This is a modern B horror film. It's just what it is. Everyone who's complaining about it being so stupid and weird and crazy, it's literally a B horror film. You have to think of it like that.
Yeah, and I think that helped.
Yeah, because once you realize, like, this is supposed to be, like, nutty and wacky, and it's supposed to be kind of like, it kind of helped that we watched Phantasm last week, so I was already getting the head of, like, weird horror that, like, is kind of very campy. This film is incredibly campy. It kind of got me in the headspace. Anyway, a bunch of other people die. We find out that our main character, Sydney, had a twin that was like a tumor thing growing up. All the people that are dying, the tumor, all the people who are dying were part of scientists because this tumor was alive and had psychic powers. That part I didn't get.
This movie has the same issue that I had with A Quiet Place, and it's not even really an issue. It's just like its rewatchability that for me is kind of low.
Oh yeah, I agree. A lot of horror films, like, once you know, it's like, I don't. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
knew, like, once the jig was up, I was like, okay, this is a cool idea. I dig it. But now I feel like I don't ever have to watch it again. But I did enjoy it.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to be getting a sequel to this. It's James Wan. He only creates films that are just blockbuster hits we get sequels for. Conjuring, Saw, the Annabelle series.
19 Saw movies.
Yeah, James Wan is like, it's, and I said, so I did do a review on my YouTube page, like a quick one, which I don't think there's another horror director that could make a blockbuster like this other than James Wan, because James Wan prints money for people, which was kind of nice that they, like, people, like, trusted James Wan enough to make this film, and he just kind of went wild with it. So I kind of gotta give him big props for that. But anyway, the Sydney has been killing everyone. Well, actually not. It's Gabriel, her twin, who is stuck in her brain, who fights backwards when he takes over. There's a face. It's like reverse Voldemort. Voldemort going. Yeah. Well, it's not in reverse. It's Voldemort. She has a face in the back of her head.
Yeah. The physical humor made me think of Color Out of Space a little bit, like to the extreme.
Yes.
Right. Just like. It's just like what it reminded me of, because like normally when you see like physical body horror, it's not so in your face.
Yes.
and like visible all the time. It spends a lot of time like trying to be secretive and stuff, but in this
Yes,
one it was just like,
it is very
look at
funny.
me, I do weird stuff all the time.
It really is. The killer Gabriel, who is just Sydney walking backwards, is literally a monster that walks backwards at you, but like also
Yeah.
knows kung fu.
Yeah, and like does flips and shit. There was some parts of this movie where like Gabriel was in control, but also she was kind of like doing some shit,
Yeah.
and it felt like rather than him being in control of her brain and just her arms, it was like literally two people were just cut in half and sewed together at the back, and then
Yes.
it's just like just so awkward the way that the movements occurred and stuff. It was very very strange.
I completely agree. I think we need to talk about the prison scene. That might have the best action scene out of any film I've seen this year.
The prison scene
When
they're in
Gabriel,
the jail?
when she like rips, like she like pulls
Uh-huh.
apart the back of her head, and we see Gabriel's weird alien face, and
Yes,
he
yes.
he takes over, and he like beats up like 30 cops.
Yeah, dude, he goes off, murders everyone. I like how so much shit happens, so much chaos and murder, and main detective cop is like, "Oh no, things are really bad, and I'm slightly injured." And Gabriel is like, just yeets a fucking chair.
I'm
from
gonna
across
kick your
the
ass
room,
with a chair.
and it hits them both. Blood
Yes,
splatters against the wall, and they're like, "Oh my god!"
Gabriel's a superhero.
The worst injury they've ever sustained. These seasoned fucking detectives get
Yeah.
hit from a chair. Oh man, that was funny.
It really was.
Like,
The last 30 minutes are very fun.
yeah, it was interesting. I don't know, man. I'm on Team Malignant. I thought this movie was pretty rad, and
I think it's a lot of fun. I truly thought it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it wasn't terrifying. I'm not scared of Gabriel because it's such a
No.
wacky idea.
it's so goofy.
But I think it was a lot of fun. Like, that is a film you watch with a bunch of people. I think it's like, especially the last 30 minutes where just Gabriel's walking backwards, punching people with backwards hands and kicking people with backwards feet, doing parkour, kicking desks and throwing chairs at cops.
Her sister runs in, he just flips a hospital bed over. I was like, holy shit, this guy is in the business.
It's crazy. I'm actually excited for Malignant 2. I really hope we get a whole film that's just the last like 30 minutes of this film where it's just like, you know what, fuck it, Gabriel's a superhero now.
Gabriel not only survived, but then proceeded to escape prison and become a hero.
Yeah.
The vigilante this town needed.
It was good. I really liked it. I mean, I don't think it is a horror film for everyone. We read that article last episode, where Jeff, God, is his name Jason or Jeff? The Bloomhouse guy. I think it's Jason Bloom. Starts with a J. J Bloom. We'll call him J Bloom.
Bloomer.
Yeah, Bloom Dog. He was talking about horror and how like everything's really serious now, and I think Malignant is like a good example of a not serious horror film that we needed right now. We just talked about Scream and Halloween. I mean, Halloween looks very serious. Scream hopefully isn't serious because that's the beauty of the Scream series. But I can't think of like another other than like Freaky. Like every other horror film is pretty serious nowadays. So Malignant kind of coming out and being like this really extreme B horror film is
so
like
over the top, man.
Yeah, which is cool. Like they really gave James Wan a lot of creative control there.
Yeah.
James Wan was like, hell yeah, backwards fighting monster.
Yeah, I laughed so fucking hard.
Yes.
That I felt like a psychopath.
It really was funny.
This lady just cascades like 25 feet.
It's the cops are there.
She kind of like moves and looks at everybody. And she's like, basically, that's that classic movie trope where you know if the camera stays on her, she's going to be like, help me.
Yeah.
But instead, everybody just fucking screams at her.
Yes, and immediately it goes to jail. It's a... Oh, okay, there's another scene I want to talk about. That's a great thing about this film. There's so many scenes I want to talk about. Is when Sydney's sister was going to the, first of all, extremely creepy mental asylum in Seattle that's just like built on a cliff, and she parks like 3 feet from the cliff.
Yeah, what the hell were you doing?
And also, we kind of get tricked there, too, because it's like,
Uh-huh.
ooh, spooky asylum, and then nothing happens.
Yeah, there was a couple times they did a good job of the classic, subversion of my expectations, right?
Yeah.
With that, it was like she got away, and then moments later, I was like, oh, shit, you know, sucks to be you, sis. But
Yeah.
then they did it again. They did the classic Disney gotcha, but I didn't mind it so much.
All right, I'm gonna post this image in chat, everyone. This is how Sydney's sister, not in any danger. I'm gonna send it to you on Discord, Shane. Not in any danger, parked to go into a creepy place.
Oh yeah,
it's
foolish.
it's so close to the cliff. That gave me more anxiety than anything else in the fucking.
Yeah, I thought she was just about to just drive right off.
Yo, I really felt like that at that point.
Man.
A plus. I'm not going to say A plus, but good film, good fun film. This is a film you watch with a bunch of your friends. This is like if you're having a Halloween party and you want to throw something on. This is a film you throw on.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of gory though. All the medical stuff at the beginning kind of fucked me up, but then it became very fun.
It was kind of yucky, yeah, but it was also like some of it's like just goofy gore, and it's like so
true.
fast, and it's like I don't know. When I watched the beginning, I was like, in my head, I literally said like, "Oh shit, this is about to be like a total gore fest."
Yeah,
and it was kind of gory, but it was like I said, it was like
it was goofy gore. Like the monster design is very good.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't like hostile style, nasty, crazy gore. It was just like I don't know, over the top insanity, just like almost like Turbo Kid or something, where like shit's just so over the top that it's like not even gross. It's just kind of comical.
Mutiny says, I was hoping she would drive off the cliff so the movie would end. See, this is what I'm talking about. Everyone is divided on this film. Either you hated it or you really liked it.
It's I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. But I also like I get it. Like I'm gonna type in YouTube again because I was typing in Malignant just to see like what like people were talking about, and like the number one was kind of extreme, and I was like, okay, I put clickbait titles, but this was like the most clickbait title I've ever seen. That was called like the worst. Malignant, how to write one of the worst modern horror films, and it's like, okay, guy, no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. I have a penchant for leaning into the weirder stuff though, so
no, absolutely. And then like the video underneath it is James Wan is an absolute madman. Nice. And it has a guy with a big smile, so yeah, it's like kind of like Drop Dead Fred. I think the Drop Dead Fred horror comparison is a good comparison between you guys. I think maybe they're the same. Maybe what if Drop Dead Fred was Malignant?
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh my gosh. So the mind wanders.
It really does. All right, let's see if these polls work this time so we can ruin this movie. If they didn't, I'm going to be very sad, and we're going to have to figure things out for the future. Movie discussion. Prequel, sequel, or remake. Genre of the film. They both didn't work again because I voted and it still says 0%. Straw poll, do you just not work anymore? Ooh, boy. All right, Mutiny, because you are in chat and because you did not like this film, how are you ruining it? Give us we'll say remake, but in the genre of your choice. If you're still here.
Last time we gave Mutiny any power, you lost all of yours and the stream stopped immediately. It was with Drop Dead Fred.
That is fair. I don't think it's supposed to storm right now. But I don't know. Anyone in chat, you listen, if you guys are in chat, you're just chilling, hanging out. Mutiny gets first choice, but anyone else in there who's like, I have an idea, just throw it out there. Throw it out there like we're Joel Olston in a mega church and we're preaching. That was not a great comparison. I thought it would be much better in my head. Whoa.
Are the votes coming in?
I'm waiting to see if we're getting a response.
Tallying them up?
It's okay, I'll pass. Okay, so let's ruin this movie by making it a movie that I think the people who would hate this movie want it to be.
feel like those are the ones that are impossible to please. But okay, I'm in.
Right, I know. That's why it's going to be hard. So we are going to ruin the 2021 James Wan Malignant by making it a serious, spooky, ooky horror film that's not fun at all.
Yeah, no fun here on ruining movies. We hate fun.
No fun. No, all fun makes Zach and Shayne doughboys.
Yeah, I'm a doughboy.
Doughboys. Okay, so obviously, James, I don't think you can direct this one. I think your films are too fun.
Yeah, sorry, I think you're out.
You know who's directing this film?
Tell me.
God, I'm forgetting his name right now.
Sam Raimi. No.
No, I said no fun.
No fun, Shane. Jeez, you idiot.
Oh God, what was the Halloween film from 2000? Rob Zombie's directing this. Not that I have anything against Rob Zombie. He just has very serious, scary
All right,
films.
here we go. Malignant in the style of hillbilly torture porn. Got it.
Yeah, so you already got the first part. If Malignant was written by Rob Zombie, first of all, everyone has to go down like it can't be in Seattle anymore. It has to be like probably still in Washington, but like the forests, like a militia compound.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fancy doctors because I don't think Rob Zombie would put fancy doctors in his film. It starts with a very brutal, gory hillbillies trying to remove this tumor.
Yeah. Like those have eye style though, you know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of like
like fucking cut them out.
Chainsaw. Kind of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre almost a little bit, like they try to remove it with a chainsaw or something, and then like cuts, like we think the person died obviously, and everyone else died.
But it grows up and takes revenge.
It does, and so yeah, the first shot is obviously in a trailer park because it's a Rob Zombie film. Keep the abusive relationship because that'd be in a Rob Zombie film. It makes me sound like I'm like dogging on Rob Zombie right now. I do appreciate his films.
Yeah, I don't know. Husband leaves home, goes to a bar bathroom, hangs out, adulters, comes home,
gets murdered,
continues his nasty ways, gets killed.
Yeah.
In a very spooky way that seems very dark and serious.
We sit on a very gory shot too. Maybe she like rips him in half or something, or Gabriel rips him in half. And obviously there's some like heavy metal playing, like doom metal playing.
Yeah. Well, he's just doing an average task, like the TV never turns off.
Yeah, someone's working on a motorcycle outside.
On the TV plays Dawn of the Dead.
Exactly. The devil rejects walk by. And then it goes on, and then we our main character, who's probably like, I don't know, I feel like there's meth involved. Or something.
We're really going for it.
Yeah,
yes.
we're going really with Rob Zombie. And then Gabriel is like, how do we make Gabriel more of a Rob Zombie monster?
Way more physical, right? Like instead of him just getting control of the one body, he like
does she gain muscles?
Or maybe I was thinking more like she goes through an incredibly painful process where like
absolutely
from like the waist up is just like coming out of her back, and there's like, you know, now it's
kind of like
6 extremities, right? 4 arms and 2 legs.
Yes, it could kind of be like an American Werewolf in London type transformation, which is a brutal transformation where you hear like the bones crack and like deform and like arms grow longer. And yeah, I feel like Rob Zombie would make this more of a monster movie. A lot of flashing lights, like obviously like an entire biker bar gets just run through by Gabriel. Rob Zombie obviously wrote the theme.
It's a biker bar.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. At the end, it's not a prison precinct. It's on the militia compound. She's locked away because she murdered this entire motorcycle and bicycle bars are completely different. Motorcycle bar. Just murder. Her sister is still trying to like prove like, oh, it's not her. She finds like a VHS maybe of what happened, and then some like gnarly Rob Zombie created song that he wrote plays as she just murders, bloodbath. Like by the time this end massacre is over, just blood coating every wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then
what's the outcome though? Because I think it's just murder.
I think
right?
so too.
But not of everyone, of the main character and Gabriel, right? It just ends with like your classic Dr. Loomis like headshot situation.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're setting up a sequel here. So I think she gets away. Or Gabriel gets away. Gabriel's in control now and she's just a monster. And yeah, I think that's how we set it up, is like she's gone. Missing posters.
Yeah. But I think perhaps whoever shot them, like maybe she runs off, right? And she is missing, but she gets found by her person. Whoever that is, her sister.
Yes. Oh, I know where you're going with this. Yes.
Her ex machina person.
Yeah.
You know, saves her, nurtures her, sequels her.
Yes, sequels her, and then they get more revenge in the second one. Because I also feel like revenge is a big part of Rob Zombie films. I feel like
always revenging.
Even the Halloween, like, is Michael getting revenge for his fucked up childhood, which is like that's the only Halloween where like Michael's like childhood is super insanely awful. And then I think that's also
these references come from.
Yeah, and I mean I think for like 3 from Hell is also about those three people getting revenge.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, obviously, and then like the sequel is obviously set up like the sister like lays down a paper and it's like we found more. And then yeah, Grindhouse film.
Hell yeah, more flipping.
Yeah.
The sequel is just the real Malignant.
Exactly. There you go, everyone who thought this was too goofy of a movie. Rob Zombie made it. You're welcome. Yeah, that was our first angry remake. It's like, you don't want to have fun? All right, Rob Zombie's directing it. You're gonna have it off. You're gonna be very uncomfortable for the entire 2 hours. Again, nothing. I don't have anything wrong with Rob Zombie. I like House of 1,000 Corpses.
It is, yeah.
And I like his music. I truly actually like his music. It's just his films are very hard to watch sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to be really in a mood for some really gory nonsense.
They are extreme, over the top.
Yeah.
The Devil's Rejects is like one of my favorite movies, though. So.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, like I said, he's a good director. Just definitely, I think he's like the opposite of like what Malignant was, because I couldn't think of like maybe Alfred Hitchcock makes it, but like,
oh man,
that'd just be even slower. Actually, that's almost like Psycho. That's almost Malignant and Psycho are very similar. When I think about it, except Norman Bates doesn't have a tumor; it's just his mother. All right, I think that's time to end the podcast.
Is the mother just a metaphor?
Well, the mother is. I mean, spoiler for Psycho. The mother isn't alive. And it's
so
just.
It is.
Yeah. And he's just
tumor in his brain.
It is. Well, it's more like, yeah, like you said, it's more like a metaphysical thing where like he just got fucked up as a kid and he murdered a bunch of people. So yeah, kind of Psycho and Malignant, very similar. You're welcome for learning that, everyone. That's on this podcast. I'm going crazy. This film just gets into my brain. It just digs around and makes me go a little crazy.
Yeah, but it lives there rent free for me.
Yeah.
That's a good movie, I think.
It was very fun. What are we watching next week, Shane?
I saw The Devil, and I'll explain myself.
Okay.
For those of you that are just now finding yourself on what you might think is the summit, the precipice, the epitome of Korean media.
Oh, we're going to get into it.
We're breaching into some Korean horror in October with this one because I think it's crazy as fuck. It's pretty terrifying.
It is a crazy film.
It is not funny like Malignant in any way. It is like a polar opposite, probably.
I'd agree with that.
But yeah, That's what I'm going with. In
Hell
appreciation
yeah.
of our Korean media trend that is exploding right now.
Which is kind of weird because the director, Ji-won Kim, hopefully I said that wrong. Like, if I remember correctly, the film he made before that was like very funny. And now I'm looking up, I think it is. It's called The Good, the Bad, and the Weird. And it's like a Western.
That I'm talking about the right movie.
You are. No, you absolutely are. It's the serial killer one, right?
Yeah,
you are. It's just in 2008, the film before this, he made a like a Western film that was really fun. And then he made I Saw the Devil, which is a very intense film, which I'm glad we were watching. Cool. All right, let's do some plugs and get out of here. I still feel like there's something in my eye.
Is it your finger?
Yeah, it's my finger. Shayne, where can people find you?
People, you can find me live at twitch.tv/bringtheshayne. We game, we do fun shit. It's a real blast. You should come there. And if you don't want to come there, at least come hang out in the Discord, which is below.
Absolutely.
Other than that, you can catch me at the next 16 plugs that are coming your way.
Woo! Hey, everyone. My name is Zach, and I have some plugs for you. First of all, if you are watching this on YouTube, this is our first time trying YouTube stream. I think it's going to go well. We're going to try to get both of our faces on here, but thank you guys for watching in the future. You time-traveling fool. I don't know how you're doing that. But like and subscribe and ring the bell. I still don't know what the bell does, and I'm on YouTube a lot. I should learn what the bell does. Ring it, though. Maybe it summons a demon. I don't know. That sounds cool and spooky. Do it. You can find all of our podcast episodes here, along with clips that I cut from the episodes if you don't want to watch all 3 hours, even though all 3 hours is usually pretty fun. You can go to, if you want to hear more movie news and me talk about movies a little bit more in depth, just because we don't have time to talk about all the horror movies I've been watching this month, head to The Known Unknown, my personal YouTube page where I'm doing movie reviews. I was doing them every day this month, but I've picked up some more work that I need actual money for, so I can't do that daily. So expect still movie reviews. We still got a lot of them to go through this month, but not daily. But there will be at least a short there. Also check out Farm Goat Plays, which is my gaming YouTube channel. I've been playing horror games all month. You can also see Shayne and I play dummy games together. That's where all those videos go to. I also stream on twitch.tv/farmgoat. I haven't made the transfer over to YouTube completely yet, so you probably can still find me there. You can also find our Discord, like Shayne plugged. And yeah, I think that's all my plugs. It's a lot of them.
Oh, is that all?
That's all. All right. That's the podcast, everyone. Enjoy your spooky season. Be excellent to each other.
And party on, dudes.
Peace.
Stay spooky.
Woo! Theremin noises. That's not a theremin noise. All right, I really do have to go. There is something in my eye.
Oh, is it your finger?
Yeah, it's my finger.
Okay. Well, that was the third part of the trifecta.
Yeah, we always have to. That's everyone knows. Every comedy, you have to say it 3 times. All right, dude, I'm leaving. Bye. It was fun.
Bye.
I will talk to you Thursday.
Bye.
Peace. All right, chat. That was the podcast. I hope you guys liked it. I am out of here. I'm going to go eat and try to figure out what is in my eye. It feels like a crumb from like a cookie or something. I'm going to go wash my eye out. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Thank you guys so much for all the support, and we will see you all next week. Yeah. Bye.